Hey, thanks for visiting my page. Today we're going to talk about Hancock County here in Indiana. My name is Brian Quinlan. I'm a realtor in the Indianapolis area. Maybe more importantly to this, I'm a former teacher of 20 years in the Center Grove School District, so I do understand school data, school information, and I'm a parent of two, so I absolutely understand as a parent what it is that I'd be looking for in a school if I wanted to make a move somewhere. So Hancock County, now this is on the east side of Indianapolis, or I guess east of Indianapolis, suburbs such as New Pal and Greenfield. Those are probably two of the bigger areas out in the Hancock County area. So this is focusing on the high schools. As a parent, yes, I think elementary schools and middle schools are certainly key and important to my child's education. But when it comes down to it, I care maybe most about the high schools because eventually I want my kid to go and be a productive adult. And that's the last 4 years within a school district that they're going to have before they go out into the adult world, whether that's college or a job or potentially both. So I am focusing on the high schools here. And if you want a breakdown of the four categories that I'm going to use, go back to the original video in this series and I broke all of that down. All of this information is gathered from the Department of Education website. You can absolutely visit that. I will link that in the show notes so that you can go directly there if you want more information. So the four high schools that we're talking about in this video: Eastern Hancock, New Pal, Mount Vernon, and Greenfield Central. All of those have wonderful things to offer. And I can say great things about any of those four schools, whether it's academic, sports, band, things like that. Each of these schools has lots to offer. And I absolutely understand that when it comes down to evaluating a school, it's not just about statistics. So it doesn't hurt that if you know someone within that school district, talk to them, see what their experience is like. But I'm going to break this down into the four categories, starting with the graduation pathways completion. So this is not about ranking schools, but I suppose this is a ranking by category anyways. Graduation pathways completion, Eastern Hancock comes in at the top of the list with 97.8% of their students hitting the requirements for graduation pathways completion. New Pal, nice high score of 96.9, Mount Vernon at 95.3, Greenfield Central, the only one not in the 90s, but 88% is still super solid. So any of these do a great job of getting graduation requirements for their graduating class. Now, each of these four schools, we're definitely talking about different graduation size. And I guess I'll say size matters, right? So larger number of students, if you have a high percentage of those that are meeting the graduation requirements, I think that means more than a high school that maybe only has less than 100 students in their graduating class, because the percentages just don't necessarily match up. But take that for what it's worth. Next category is diploma strength. Now, this is the number of graduates or percentage of graduates that are meeting at least the Core 40 requirements to get the Core 40 diploma, which is the basic level of education that you're supposed to get to graduate high school. From there, it goes into honors and technical honors, many different categories. So from this list, New Pal, 99.7%. That's almost 100% of their students are hitting at least the Core 40 and graduating high school, which is phenomenal. The other three schools, all in the 80% range, which absolutely nothing wrong with that, just not as high as New Pal. So Mount Vernon, 88.9, Eastern Hancock, 88.6, and Greenfield Central, 86.1. All three of those schools very solid when it comes to Core 40 diplomas. Up next is employment and enrollment. So these are students that within a year of graduating from high school, they're either enrolled somewhere or they're employed somewhere within Indiana. We know a lot of students that end up going away somewhere, whether it's going to college out of state, maybe they just straight up move away to start their life somewhere else. Not sure, but percentage of students within Indiana working or enrolled somewhere. New Pal coming in at 88.9 tops out the list. Mount Vernon 86.3, Greenfield Central 85.9, and Eastern Hancock at 82%. So that's wonderful. Now, the missing percentage there that will get them to 100, are those the students that have decided to go to college somewhere else? Not sure. Eventually, they may come back. We'll have to wait and see on that, of course, but this high percentage has students that are going on to do something else after they graduate high school within Indiana. Last category is median income. Now, these are students that 5 years after their expected graduation date, they are working within the state of Indiana, important factor there, and what their median income is. So topping out the list, Eastern Hancock, median income of $40,933. A very nice income for a kid who is in their early 20s, hopefully getting their life started. Maybe they're now into a career. Maybe it's just their intro job and they've got their foot in the door to work their way towards something else. Who knows? New Pal, $39,000. Greenfield Central, $38,000. Mount Vernon, $37,000. All of these are decent salaries for someone starting out in their early 20s. And again, they have to be within the state of Indiana. So as a parent, this is something that I'd be looking for in terms of what can I expect my kid who will be a 20-something by this point, are they going to be living at my house making this kind of money? Are they going to be out ready to start their own life? Especially if they have a significant other that they're both dual income. I mean, if one half of that dual income is bringing in around $40,000, that's nice, especially if the other person is bringing in a nice salary on top of that. So that's the information for Hancock County. I'm Brian. I am a realtor in the Indianapolis area. So if you are considering making a move and Hancock County is on your list, if you want more information about Hancock County, any of the cities there, if you want to find some available homes, I would be happy to help you with that, find information. If you want more information on the schools, I can put you in touch with people who can get you that or send you to the state of Indiana website for information on schools. Definitely linked here in the show notes. Thanks for watching.